And we are live, guys. Welcome to another live stream from Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. What I want to talk about today is when should you start a family? I got married when I was 23 years old, okay, as a virgin. And my goal was to just get married as fast as possible and find the most beautiful girl that I could possibly find and have kids as fast as possible, all right? Like, she wanted to wait with kids, while I was like, what's the point of getting married if you're not gonna have kids? And that was my mentality and what I had grown up with in terms of my philosophy and the desire to have a family. I really wanted a family as fast as possible. And now, 10 years later, I've got experience, right? Experience comes from bad judgment. Was it bad judgment to get married and have kids immediately? I love my family, love my wife, love my kids. Absolutely, I can't live without them. You gotta understand that. But at the same time, I'm now talking to the younger generation who are now being raised up and thinking, what are my options? What should I be doing? Well, let me tell you right now, don't get married that quickly and don't have kids that quickly. Alright? It's actually sabotaging not only your life, but the life of your sweetheart, and you're making it more difficult for your kids to succeed if you haven't set certain things in place first. Now, this video is basically to motivate you to put your life in order and to desire a family. Because eventually, you'll realize that there's not really much to life if you don't eventually get a family that you absolutely are passionate about, that you love, and just having your life in order, just traveling the world, enjoying your family and experiencing that. There's nothing like it. Seeing your kids grow up, your boys, your daughters, it's amazing. But you gotta do things in the right order. It's kind of like, I don't even know what to compare it with, but it's like you want the shiny object, right? But you gotta make sure you don't buy the shiny object with the credit card, because you're gonna have a very hard time paying for it. I compare that to getting a family. For me, that was my shiny object when I was 22 years old. Get that shiny object as fast as possible. And that wasn't the financially wise thing to do. So, what is the right thing to do? I would recommend, number one, is to get as much passive income as possible as soon as you can. Alright? It's a completely different world we live in these days. In the old days, you basically got a job, you got married, and then your one job was enough to provide for the family for a long period of time, and then everything was great, and you didn't get wealthy, if that was what you were trying to do, before 40, 50 years old. In these days, you can get rich like this, okay, if you don't have any other commitments. We're talking about focus versus diversification. Getting a family too quickly and getting kids too quickly is diversification, and you don't want to do that. You want to focus, right? And you want to focus on one thing at a time, not your studies. You want to focus on business. You want to focus on developing a passive income that can grow and grow and grow and grow on its own. So number one, I would say, is get at least $10,000 US in passive income first. Establish that, number one, because then you're pretty much quite rich as a person, as a single individual. And if you can manage to live as a poor person while you have that passive income, let's say maybe you manage to live on $2,000 a month as a single individual, fantastic. I would say right now, you're getting ready to be able to start a family. Alright? And the second thing is, I would have at least 1 year of high-value relationship coaching in order to understand the woman. Because if you understand the woman, you're going to have a fantastic relationship, a fantastic family, and you're going to be able to raise your kids together knowing what you know from 1 year of relationship coaching. Does it cost money? Of course it costs money. Everything costs money. But the one thing that's going to give you the most joy in your life is having a family. But you got to make sure you start it at the right time. So I would say 10,000 US dollars, then you're getting ready for relationship coaching and you're now getting ready to start a family. I'm going to go a lot deeper into this the coming weeks and months. So stay tuned, make sure you subscribe and like this channel, and I'll see you again tomorrow.
Hey, Papa!